Hi boys and girls, welcome to today's opinion writing mini lesson. Now yesterday we reviewed how to do our research. In fact, we were doing it differently because of distance learning. So what we were learning is how to write our research notes in our writing notebooks instead of using Post-its like we had used in the past. Today I'm just going to do a quick review on how to cite your research source. And so some of the things for us to remember is that it's called different things. So we could call it a bibliography or a resource page or a selected source page or even just sources. Okay, so in my example for today's mini lesson, I'm going to call it the bibliography. And I want to make sure I underline that. So I'm coming up here and I'm clicking on the underline, and then I'm going to write that academic word, bibliography. And then when I'm finished, I need to turn off the underline, so that when I return and I start to type again, it's not underlined. Next thing I need to do is I need to go to the website that I was getting my research from, because during distance learning, the only way for us to do research, if we do not have books on our topic in our house, is to be doing online research. So I come to this website. Here's the one I was using yesterday, and the title of the article is History of Chocolate Lessons for Kids. Now notice there is not an author's name on this particular article. Some articles might say by and then give a first name and a last name. This one does not. So I'm going to show you what to do when you do not have an author's name, and then I'm going to remind you what do you do if you do have an author's name. The most important thing when you're citing a website is to copy this URL up here. So I'm going to highlight it, I'm going to click it, and I'm going to copy. Now that I have copied that file, I'm going to come over here to where I want to put that, and I'm going to put my cursor down, and I'm going to again right click, and I'm going to hit paste. And it copied the URL exactly, okay? Now, I also need to put the date that I accessed this. So today is viewed March 30th. Actually, today's 31st, 2020. I put the date in there as well. Now, if I had the article name, which was History of Chocolate Lesson for Kids, I want to put that up here in parentheses, History of Chocolate for Kids, and then my URL, and then my viewing date. Now, if I had an author's name, I would use last name, comma, first name, and this is for the author, comma, title, make sure I use a capital letter for those keywords like H and C and K. Small words like of, the, don't need to be capitalized. Title, and the title is in parentheses. Then I copy and paste that URL, which we did above, and I put my viewed and then the date that I viewed that website. So I hope that this is a very helpful piece for you in making sure that after you do research to make your opinion paper even stronger and support your opinion, that you also have like a bibliography or a resource or a selected source page on your writing. Happy writing, boys and girls.